my oh. Hi, we're live.
Hey.
It's official.
That's right. Welcome back to another episode of the Chronically Chill podcast.
Yeah. Do I have any acne? do I have anything in my teeth? Gotta look photogenic.
So I have my co-host Jordan.
Hi, I'm
and
Jordan.
we have our special guest today. A person that's very close to my heart.
Aww. She's your Valentine.
Yeah. Sharon Walton.
Hey.
I love her. She's so nice. I just met her today.
Hi, and I love you too. You guys are so great. I made me a lot comfortable.
I want your number now.
Right? We're besties.
You're so nice.
Yeah. By the way, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. This is the Valentine's Day special.
Happy Valentine's Day.
For anyone who doesn't have anyone who doesn't have a Valentine's Day date, just join us. We're all your Valentines. We'll be your Valentine.
Yes. Even though this is only episode 2, but yes.
Yeah. Gotta start somewhere.
Yes, we're already in specials. That's how good this podcast is. Amazing. That's right. Follow us on social media. So
self promo is allowed.
So first, I'm Sharon. Where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York. I was born in Guyana, which is South America. It's a little small country. I came here like around 8 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I lived in New York ever since. I just moved here to Atlanta, so now I'm in the big ATL. It's huge. Yeah, so that's...
It's like, what else to say after that?
But New York, I love New York. It's fun, but it's just not a place I want to live anymore. It's
very expensive.
Yeah. I needed a lot more quiet space and, just relax. It's a lot slower here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. It's very busy here and very expensive.
Yep.
So how is it like living in Atlanta from, since you've moved? Well, how long have you been
because I want to start my hair business. And I feel like the opportunity is here. I mean, everything is about hair and beauty, and
love that.
And they spend a lot of money for those things. So I feel like I'm in the right place. New York is like the fashion and modeling and all that industry. So here is like, I can, and then the space, it might be cheaper for me to get a shop eventually, But and especially with the pandemic, I can also do this online. So with Anthony help, maybe he can help me set this up. As you can see, I'm doing that wig right now.
Cool.
Fashion, that's all I do every day. I stay home, and when I'm off from work, I just do hair.
That's so cool. Do you sell these wigs? Can you put them online so I could buy one?
I can sell them, yeah.
Because, I have a wig and it's 4 years old and it's falling apart. I need a new one.
Oh, really? Yeah, and it's so easy to install. You just put them on your head. Normally you'll cut this lace off and that's it.
Yeah.
And it blends right in with your scalp. I'm wearing one right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
That looks like your real hair. What the heck?
That's really good.
You fooled me. Maybe I'm wearing a wig. Maybe he's wearing.
We're all wearing wigs.
Permanent wigs that can't come off.
Yeah.
So I have a question. How did you get into hair and beauty? I want to know the history a little bit.
Yeah,
I was like,
what?
I was gonna say you keep asking our question. They're gonna do some better.
Okay, I guess I'll take over. No pressure. But yeah, how did you get into hair and stuff? I want to know, what your inspiration... Who's your inspiration, basically? And, how did you get into it?
Just when I was young, my family grew up very poor. So we had to find someone to do everyone's hair in the house. And it was a lot of us. So I just started braiding their hair since I was 8. and then I found the passion. I was like, this is what I like. So even though I worked other places, I always did here on the side. So now I just want to make it like my only job. Just focus on that. But there was no, it's not, and it came natural. Like everything I do is just self-taught.
Yeah.
I never went to school for this or anything. No cosmetology school, nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Eventually, I'll have to go to get the license so that I can get my license. But yeah, it's just self-taught.
Can you do makeup too? Like, can you do?
I did my makeup. I mean, I'm not big.
Did you?
My daughter do makeup very well.
Aw.
Other people, and I don't want to steal her shine, but this is all I could do. I can do it myself, but not on someone else. Yeah, but I'm just focused on hair for now, especially the wigs.
Yeah. Like you can make a fortune selling those.
Yeah. Once I get ready, I'm gonna get Anthony, everybody to help me.
Yeah. You could be like a drag queen or something.
Yeah, I would love
the wigs.
Yeah, because I like to make it dramatic, big, and fun.
Yes. Do you know how to dance?
Yeah.
You should do that. You should put on a wig.
And I should. I'm really big. I like them full and then shake it.
And put it on TikTok. Put it on TikTok and stuff.
I'm still shy. I'm starting to work with this whole podcast. This is the first podcast I've ever done. So
okay,
I have to get in front of the camera and be me. Because I'm me outside, like without the camera. So, yeah.
But it's okay. You should express yourself. Like everybody loves you. I bet everybody loves you.
At work, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But I encourage you, if you feel comfortable, you should show yourself. Not too much of yourself online, but like express yourself and like.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Thank you for help, Anthony.
This is a good start. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys go. Guess you could tell a story about how we met, Sharon.
Oh well, I worked with your dad in New York at the post office. Really fun guy, and he was like, "Come to the Christmas party. I want you to meet my family." And then Anthony's sister came over, was like, "Can you dance with my brother?" And then I was like, "Oh, he's so cute!" And I went over and danced with you for a little bit. That's how we met. and then I figured you were so younger than me. I was like, no, I can't date this guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did you? I was gonna ask, but
he's so younger than me. But he was very sweet and ambitious. I really liked everything about him. I was just like, if I was a lot younger, yeah.
You wouldn't. I didn't want to ask that because I didn't want to be awkward.
He was so sweet, and I just love his drive right now. Like everything about you, very, very sweet. I hope you go very far, even with whatever challenges you have. You are so driven. I love that.
She's your Valentine. Basically, bottom line.
I suppose.
Awkward.
Exactly.
Not really. I mean, we were supposed to go on that bowling, but that never happened, though.
I know. I kept canceling. No.
It just, just like the scary stuff didn't really work out. But I don't know. Maybe if I'm at one day, we can finally
yeah. Maybe I can clone myself and just.
Do you have any science experience?
I need to get into that.
You need like a specific chemical formula or something.
Yeah, they should tell me. They have people out there doing that right now, probably. So they should show me how I can clone myself.
I think they are trying to do that because they did clone a sheep a while back.
They did, but it didn't work out that well. Like,
wow.
Wait, what happened to the sheep?
Didn't it die like early? Like it died after a day or something?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they made it work, but like it gets sick easily because it's, it's not a real. Natural, I don't know. You got to look it up. It's a whole thing.
I'm going to look it up. That's weird.
And some people think that Some people think that human cloning actually exists because like there's a lot of people. You do?
Yeah, I think it exists. We just don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, because
Well,
maybe like, oh, sorry. You go,
no,
you go, you go.
I was gonna say they are trying to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how successful they're gonna be with it, but like
I think
if they,
somebody, oops, sorry.
I was gonna say if they are successful, like what do you like? How you guys feel about that? Do you think it'd be like beneficial at all, or is that just?
Oh, I would be constantly questioning, are you the real person or is the other person? No, I'd always be questioning who's real.
That's just like you. Oh wow.
Oh my god, that'd be so creepy. Like,
So
you'd
like
be able,
two of you.
yeah, you'd be able to hear your own voice outside of yourself.
I'd really like to look at myself or hear myself. Like if I record myself, I'm like, why do I sound like that? If it's to see an actual person that looks just like me, I'll freak out.
And it's like over time, they might have like different hair lengths or like different.
Or maybe their skin might be better than yours, and
exactly
better than you.
It might look 10 times hotter than you. It's like, why can I feel like that? Oh wait, it is because that's me. It's complicated.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine a clone you, Anthony.
Yeah, would he start a podcast just like you?
Yeah, and he's taking over. He's actually
he could be your successor after you, like, you know, if you don't want to do it anymore, be like, hey, clone Anthony, take over.
You'll just have to hide him in the closet.
I would probably do that and freeze them for a while.
Yeah.
So, keep your youth. Yeah. I wonder, if you freeze yourself, can you actually stay the same age for hundreds of years?
Wow.
I've always wondered that.
Yeah. If they're cloned, whatever stuff that they put, the chemicals, yeah. That's weird.
Yeah.
No, I mean in general though, like what if you're frozen for 200 years? Like
I would love that.
Like would you actually stay the same age and have the same complexion? Like
I would love that. Cause like I think about myself getting older and I don't want to get
older.
I
know.
Grays and the wrinkles.
Yeah.
I definitely would clone myself to just freeze myself at 1 age.
Exactly. Like in general, I'm just really afraid to grow up because I like having, because I'm scared to have a job and like have commitments. Like I'm excited to, but I'm also nervous too because it's like, I like having nothing to do.
Yeah.
And like doing my own thing. Like.
If I can go back in time.
Yeah, like how can you manage it? I'm curious. How do you manage like having a job? If you have a job, how do you manage it? And like, I'm just curious.
It's a lot. Some days gets very, very stressful that I just want to run away. It's like some of those things where you want to just disappear and no one know where you are and you don't have to work. Like, you just be in like a jungle with no home. You can create your own. You can live off the food there, the fruits and vegetables and the fish. And just think about stuff like that when you have to work and do so much and you can't enjoy life really because you're busy working.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, speaking of like the jungle and stuff, like I haven't been outside since last year. Like I forgot what like the grass smells like and like what is grass anymore? What is trees? Like I don't know what that is.
And I love nature, so I want that. I might do that one day. You might not hear from me, Anthony, and if you don't,
just go off the grid.
I'm in the jungle somewhere. I'll take my cell phone so they can like locate me if they need to.
Yeah, like a GPS tracker.
Yeah, but it's a lot warmer where you are, so you know that would actually be cool.
It is, but then you have to work. You got to do so much: laundry, clean, cook. You just want an easier life. Just get up every day. You're around animals, snakes, whatever.
Exactly. Well, I don't know about snakes though, but ooh.
I love food, so yeah, I can be around all the other whatever's in the jungle other than spiders.
No
spiders.
I'm good. But I get you. You want to be in touch with, the environment. Yeah. We're all cooped up inside. We need to get out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been so, I guess, boring and chaotic at the same time.
I know.
Yeah. There was a movie I watched where it was, I think it's Bill Bellamy. I'm not I think it was Jamie Foxx. But they were talking about homeless people not wanting to live inside, like indoors. Some of them is not because they don't have money; they just don't like the feeling of being closed in into like a box.
Yeah.
That's so they rather live near like the highway. So that's why they like the sounds and stuff. So like that's a good thing to interview homeless people. Sometimes maybe it's not just that they are homeless because they don't have, but maybe they just don't like being inside of a home and having to pay bills and do all the extra stuff. They rather just be outside and sleep somewhere where they can just hear nature.
I know, but like I feel like the only downside, and I mean the only downside, is the rain. Yeah, like, that's the only thing. If it never rained, like I wouldn't have a problem. Yeah. And if there's no flies either, if there's no flies biting at
one
you,
day you may not. It may be good even with the rain.
I mean, if you want to take a shower, yeah, but like if you want to stay dry,
good shower.
A natural one.
Yeah.
But what about the snow though?
That might feel good against your skin.
I don't know about that.
It's good for your complexion.
It might freeze your skin and you won't get no wrinkles, nothing.
Anti-aging. What?
That's natural anti-aging.
In that case, I'm gonna go stand out in the rain right now.
Hey, look, if you capitalize on that, you'll be a billionaire.
Yes. Try it, Anthony.
Yeah, so like one of the points of this podcast is to, you know, raise awareness for different disabilities. Now you say you had asthma, right?
Yeah, I still do. It's just controlled now.
So how's your experience been with that?
It's bad some days, but right now it's controlled where I just get it during season, like season change. Like around spring, I get really tight, can't breathe, and I have to end up going to the hospital, or I have my nebulizer treatment here. I have to keep up on the treatment. What helped me with asthma, I find, I don't know if it'll work for anyone else, but I don't take the steroids. When I was younger, they'll try to give you the steroids, and even with my daughter, she have asthma too, and when she was younger, they're like, give her the steroids, but when I read up on it, it sometimes would it would cause other complications. Even some people get diabetes, or they'll swell up, they get really big, you know, and I didn't want it to cause any of that. I was taking a risk, but yeah, that attack was brutal, and that's it. And she was fine with it, but I was hoping and praying that it's not. I don't need to give her the steroids, and it worked for us. I don't know if it'll work for anyone else, but try that, because the minute you get asthma, they always pack you with a lot of medication and stuff. And I like to read up on the medication and make sure it's right for me.
Yeah.
I take a chance. If I have to die, I'll just die. But I'd rather take a risk by doing something, even if it's chemotherapy. If I don't believe in chemo, I'll try it a natural way. And if it caused me to die, then that's fine. But I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a risk, but I'm here. I'm still here.
You're a warrior. See? You're brave too.
Huh?
What?
I didn't hear you. Did you say?
No, I said you're brave too. Like you've been through so much. Like you got to give yourself credit.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're just as strong as he is. Don't sell yourself short. Like
yeah.
No, but he's gone through a lot, and I wish I can come up with something. There is a cure, and because my daughter actually is in school for to be a doctor, and she first wanted to be a scientist. And that would have been good if she can help find cures for diseases. And it's really important that we find cures for these diseases to save a lot of people. Because a lot of these people that are ill, they're so sweet, like they touch your heart, and it's like you just can't. It hurts me. I can't figure out something.
Yeah. Well, I hope she saved your life and everybody else's. So just we pray. We, you know.
What about you, Jordan? What about you, Jordan? Do you have any health issues or?
I mean, I don't want to sound like I have no experience, but like I have, does anxiety and major OCD count as like debilitating? Yeah. I have that. Do you mind if I go into that a little bit? I don't want to make this not about you.
No, that's good because I deal with anxiety, but I definitely want to hear what you.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm going to be judged if I, go into depth about it.
No, wait, but before you do, that's, that type of stuff is also what I want to discuss as well, because I feel like that stuff tends to get undermined.
Yeah.
What does?
Just like overall, like your mental health.
Yeah.
That a lot of that tends to be undermined a bit when it comes to like discussing like disabilities and stuff like that.
Yeah, they call them disorders, and I don't like that word.
Yeah.
Make it sound like it's our fault. It's not. We have what we have, but you just got to live with it and, power through it. We're brave. We can get through it. We're warriors, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but go on.
Yeah, go on. So I have major anxiety. I've had it my whole life. You know how people get nervous when they have stress and when they have school? Well, basically, I have that, but times 100.
Yeah.
So like sometimes I have panic attacks. Sometimes I'm like, and it's like, it takes me like 20 minutes to calm down. And it's like, sometimes it's really debilitating and I have to leave class in order to just let my emotions out. I can't do it in front of them, know. And sometimes I just break down. Sometimes I just break down. Oh, what?
I get exactly. I didn't want to discuss that, but I do. I get that a lot. And I have a heart murmur, so I'm always confused on whether it's that or it's the.
Yeah. And also, I have another thing called hypochondria. When you're a hypochondriac, and it's part of OCD too. Like sometimes I get a symptom and I think I have like I don't want to concern anyone, but I think I have like cancer or something. And I'm like, oh God, am I going to die? Am I going to die? I'm going to die.
Yeah.
Sometimes I convince my OCD convinces itself I actually have it. And it like mimics the symptoms.
I really want to know what causes it, because hearing you say that is it's really weird. It's creeping me out.
It is. Like your brain
feel like that, and I'm alone in my family, the only one that feels this way. And I don't really discuss that a lot. Like if you didn't mention that, I wouldn't even talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it does make you feel like it's just something you can fix. They feel that way. I guess medical professionals, they feel you can fix it just by maybe a drug or
what the heck?
Yeah, or
a mental thing.
Yeah, they told me just stay away from certain things that trigger it. But how can you? It's part of life. Everything you deal with in life, working, dealing with people, it can trigger it. Like everything. And I've spoken to a nurse at a hospital because I went there because of it. I felt I was dying, and she said, "No, you're not dying. Your heart, everything is fine. We did vitals, everything." I said, "No, it's not. I'm dying. Like I feel myself dying." And she's like, "You're freaking out. You're having a panic attack." And I was like, "What's that?" And I didn't know much about it. And
me neither.
You got to come down, and I'll talk to you. She said, "Actually, I'm a nurse, and I had that before. Like I get panic attacks, but the way I deal with it, I talk to it like it's something." And I said, "Today, you're not going to bother me. You're not going to affect me. I'm going to get in my car. You're not going to make me think I'm going to crash into someone that I need to pull over." And she talked to it like it's another
person, like a part of your...
And when she said just talk, if some days you just let it happen. And there's days that you got to talk to like you're in control today. And I tried that method, and it works a lot of times. It works. Yeah. Like I literally get up some days like I'm not, no matter what's happening. No, you're fine. It's okay. And I do that. And actually, what's that guy, Iron Man? It was in the movie where he pulled over to the side of the road and he was breathing in a paper bag and he was having a panic attack. Heroes get panic attacks. What was that? Iron Man,
I never saw that.
He was before the last actual Iron Man, because now they did he pulled over to the side and he was getting a panic attack and he took the paper bag and was breathing in it. And I'm like, a superhero gets panic attack, so if
they're human, they're like everybody else.
But I'm glad they put that part in there, because actually that's one of my favorite characters. So it's really, I'm just trying to fix it every day. And I don't like talking about this, but I thought I was just gonna talk about asthma, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry, because like you wanted to hear about my experience, and if you can relate to it, you can't help but then like speak up about it. Sorry if I opened a wound, though. Like,
no, it's okay. But it's true, like you said, people just don't. They think you could just get over it. It's a disorder, and it's not.
No, you can't. People just think, oh, it'll go away over. I'm sorry if I'm doing like a mimicking voice. People are like, oh, it's gonna go away overnight. Oh, don't worry. Just like drink some water and like
water. Yeah.
I was cursed. What the heck? Like, they know nothing. You don't know what the heck we go through. Like,
Yeah. And those thoughts can lead to other thoughts to where you're literally tired and drained from doing it.
Yes.
You want to just sometimes commit suicide. That thought comes into my head after. And I keep talking about that, but it does.
Yeah.
Because you get tired of dealing with this thing.
Because it's like it's stacking up and stacking up.
Yeah.
Because like you're not stopping it, and it just like, I totally relate to that.
Maybe that's part of my nervousness. I get nervous and panic. I don't know, but it's really bad, and I really wish they can come up with something that's more natural.
I know, right? But that's what I go. That's legit me. Like that's what I go through, like almost every day. Like I'm glad you get it. I'm glad you understand.
And I'm glad to hear you say that, because I feel more and more I'm learning more about this, and that a lot of other people is going through this. And someone even posted something on Instagram, and I commented really quick and got off. And I really like to hear that, because then I don't feel alone anymore. That's what triggered the suicidal thoughts, because I'll feel alone.
Yeah, me too.
I feel this way because other people in my family, they're just easygoing. Maybe, they go through things, they get over it. If I go small, I'm like making a big deal out of it and just out. Yeah.
It's like I wish I could be like that too. I wish I could just get over it, but we're stuck with what we have, and we just gotta. Yep. Bottom line.
Crazy. We connect.
Exactly. I love it. But like, also, I'm sorry. There's like a little more. Like, there's more to OCD than just that. Like, there's different forms of it. Oh my God, I could like educate you all day on this, but it's not an OCD podcast.
I'm ready, because
go right ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's interesting. So like, and please don't make fun of me. It's like really weird.
Never, no.
Okay, yeah, but like, I have this like OCD thing where I need to like do something a certain amount of times in order to feel satisfied.
Oh, okay.
Like rituals. Yeah.
You tap like a doorknob.
Or like I tap it until I'm like, okay, I feel
my
good.
God, I saw that on MTV.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
There's a show on MTV called True Life, and it would show this lady that would constantly. She had to tap a doorknob several times before she can open it. And then,
I'm like that too.
Yeah.
But like mine has like complicated like messages behind it. It's not just like opening a door. I could go off about it all day, but this is not an OCD podcast. Like there's so much. It's so complicated. Like I don't know how the heck I come up with this shit. I don't know how to come up with it. My brain is just it's wild.
We have a very creative brain.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why we have this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. Like that's my story.
Well, it's like I said, that type of stuff is part of it too. When I made this podcast, I was thinking about all of that stuff.
Yeah.
What
about you?
Yeah, we didn't talk about Anthony. Anthony, tell us about yourself. Open up to us.
I was thinking about that. I have not even really like told my story, because originally what I was going to do. Well, because making a podcast is a little rough, but what I was going to do is that the first episode, whatever, was going to be myself, Jordan, and my supposed to be our other co-host Hannah, who's probably not going to be on until like summer or whatever. Shout out to her. So we were going to tell our stories, but then Jordan kind of told a little bit of hers the last episodes. I was like, oh wait, I probably should. So. All right. First and foremost, I have cystic fibrosis. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, to give you the short version, it's a chronic genetic lung and respiratory disease That's the short version. It's a lot more complicated than that. I'm still learning stuff about it. I actually found out, like the semester I met you, Jordan. I actually found out that semester that, it actually it affects your fertility as well.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, it does. Like,
they say hi.
Oh, hi.
I can hear you though. I mean, we can hear you.
Oh, hi, guys.
I have headphones on, so you can't. All right, bye. Love you. Bye. Sorry about that. keep going. That was embarrassing, but keep going. I'm sorry. Oh my god.
All right, but before I continue, let's comment on here.
Ooh. YouTube, right? Yeah, cool.
Yep. What's up, James? Thank you for stopping by.
Thumbs up.
With my YouTube friends.
We approve. I think he meant. Oh, sorry, go. Yep.
No, wait, you go before I go. Continue.
No, it wasn't important. Just go. It was something stupid. Just go.
All right. So with this disease, you have to be born with it. Obviously, it's genetic. So I was diagnosed with it, I think, at birth because my older sister, Tiffany, she has it. She's 4 years older than me. I think it took her I think 6 months to a year to get diagnosed. It was a while. Because the thing with that disease is that it's found more in like people of white European descent than like black.
African American. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it took us
so how did you get it? No, I'm just kidding. So how is it that it traveled to, like, how do you know that it's a European, more Caucasian people gets it more than African Americans? Is that the statistic they say?
Yeah. Yes, math.
This is the first time I'm hearing about it. Until I met you. Before that I never heard of it. So and I had to go read up on it to find out.
Yeah, even now, like I'm getting more involved with the like online CF community. There's only like a few like black people I've met that actually have it. So, and I'm gonna bring a few of them on the show as well, especially since recording this in Black History Month. Probably the first time I'm acknowledging on the show. But anyway, so early in my life it wasn't too bad. It wasn't until like second grade. By the way, born in 1992, that I started like getting sick. By that point, I was aware of like the hospital stuff because my sister was going in and out of the hospital. But by the end of second grade is when I started going to the hospital, and after that, it was just like 1 year, like 1, 2, even at worst like 3 times a year in the hospital, just going back and forth. Wow. Yeah. I mean, on the bright side of it, I got to play the N64 since I didn't have that in my house. So I got to play Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, even though I never really got far in that particular game. But that's another competition. But anyway, yeah. So for the first 3 years, it was just going to the hospital once, and then once I got to 4th grade, it was twice. Like usually in the winter and then in the summer.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is there a reason why?
I don't know. It seems like more people
get sick in the
sick around those times. It might be the extreme weather, like the extreme cold, extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. So like about 8th grade, or when I started getting around there, that's when I got my nasal surgery, which was also CF related.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got into high school, so this is kind of where things really just started taking a turn for the worse. So before this, after we wound a few years back, my mother had told me about this thing that happens to people, which is called hemoptysis. For anyone that doesn't know what that is, that's coughing up blood.
Oh wow! Is that what you have to?
Yeah.
Who, me?
Who's coughing up blood?
Oh, him.
So my brother told me about this like 10 or 11 to make sure it doesn't happen. So for the longest time, I was just terrified of that because even though I didn't really fully understand it, I understood that something that's supposed to be in your body coming out of you is not a good thing.
Yeah.
So when it actually happens, this is my freshman year of high school, mind you.
Oh wow!
Like, I actually wrote an English paper on this event because I remember this way too vividly. It was a mess. It happened on a Friday. Like, because I think I started maybe having like symptoms like the day or two before, but I just kind of left it aside.
Oh my god, that's scary though.
It is. Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that happened. You know, I don't want to say I've had nightmares about that, but like, that kind of traumatized me because it's for a while. Because I'm just like, and it didn't help that it continuously happened after the fact. It wasn't as bad. Well, it wasn't time. It wasn't as bad as the first time because first time it's happening, like no one really knows what to do. So I had to go to an emergency room where I lived, and back then I lived in, Far Rockaway, Queens, and the hospitals they have over there are not that good.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there waiting for a transfer to my actual hospital I follow up at, which is
I'm gonna excuse myself real quick. I'm just gonna grab a bottle of water real quick.
Okay.
Okay. Hydration is important, Queen.
I'm feeling choked up. Give me a second.
It's okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
That's why I have a giant ass water bottle next to me. It's really big. Hydration.
So the hospital I follow up is North Shore Long Island Jew, which is in Hempstead, Nassau County, Long Island. So from where I was living before, that's like an hour, more or less. And I'm waiting for an ambulance transfer. That was like 3-4 hours.
What?
It's a annoying process.
That's a long time for just what the heck, 4 hours.
It took a while. It was because everything was so abrupt. There's a lot of other stuff, like they had to find a room and get in contact with the doctors and all that. So it was a mess. So I gotta be honest here though. I don't even know if I even told my family this, but that was probably one of the very few times where I thought I was actually gonna die.
Yeah, that's scary.
That is very scary. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was honestly just, I guess, making a plea, I guess. Making a plea with God, saying like, don't let me die, especially don't let me die here in this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
How did you feel after that? I mean, like, that's very traumatic.
It's weird because I feel more. I don't know. I don't want to say I feel like guilty per se, but it's like I feel more bad of what I feel like I've done to my family.
Oh, no. Oh, you feel bad about it? It's not your fault.
Yeah, I always felt a little bad about it, especially like my younger sister. She's 13 months younger than me. She doesn't have CF, so she's always just had to see us kind of suffer, especially me. And I think she's had like nightmares about that particular situation too.
Wow.
Yeah, it was traumatic for everybody, and usually I'm just trying to be, I guess, strong for everyone else. So I just kind of put that stuff behind, like, I guess, my personal feelings on it.
Yeah.
And that's just something I had to deal with. Again, it's something that's continuously happened since then, but not as bad as that. Except until we get into like around 2018, 2019. This is where my health really started to like.
Oh, this is about the time when I met you, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, I met her like probably at one of my lowest points in my life, so it was kind of an awkward meeting.
Yeah, but like at least our friendship evolved, and now we're good now, and like everything's, thank God.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Explain what's happening with that. All right. So first off, I think back in like 2013. No, actually, let me go back a little further. So 2008, I actually got like a bronchoscopy to get like all the like thick like mucus that was stuck in me out. And yeah, I know it's a little gross to you. I forgot that. But it was supposed to be like a small procedure, and I wound up like being there for like the whole weekend of recovery. My mother said they came out like with bags of it. It was, I know, right?
That's crazy. That sounds very weird.
Ew! Like, what is a bag? No offense, but what does a bag of mucus look like?
I don't think you want to know.
What color is it? Like, ew. Like, what color is it? I want to know now.
I know. I don't want to know, but I want to know.
I'm sorry, I'm weird like that.
Probably like dark green, to be honest. Yeah, it was.
I'm afraid to wear dark green now.
Like when you start getting like greener color in that means you have like a infection. So
yeah.
Wow.
And unfortunately, like the darker it is, the thicker it is. And when it comes to the hemoptysis thing, that usually happens like, I think they say like scarring in the lung tissue.
That is really weird. Crazy.
So they gave me that, even though I actually declined, but they did it anyway. But they did that. I guess
you didn't want it.
Well,
how did they give it to you if you didn't want it? Your mom approved it.
Because again, I'm still like in high school and this is all happening. So, so in 2013, I got diagnosed with CFRD, which is cystic fibrosis related diabetes.
You said diabetes?
Yeah. Yeah, they have a fibrosis related diabetes. Because the thing is that we have to. One of the things that's hard with this disease, and this goes a lot more into like the digestive side of things, because I heard it also affects like your pancreas, your kidneys, I think your intestines. Like one, so I probably have it somewhere. Sorry about that. This is what I have to take every time I eat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's annoying. So you have to take like that 3 times a day? It's like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's 5 with meals, like 2 to 3 with snacks. Like that's kind of what it's like. I can't really see it.
Okay, small.
It looks like a pill. Yeah, it looks like a normal pill.
Yeah. My family used to call it seeds. But it's enzymes to help break down the food, because the food just kind of in a less, I guess, gross way, like it kind of just runs through you.
Okay.
Just it kind of goes more in the bathroom stuff. We don't have to get into.
All right, yeah, don't go into depth about it, but I get it. Like you're giving me images now. You're giving me images now.
So how do you feel now about that?
Yeah, do you eat good now? Like, what's your?
Yeah, no, because
you seem healthy. You look healthy. You look good.
That's a compliment.
Thank you. We're getting to that. So.
Yeah, don't skip ahead. Yeah, he has a certain like. I know Anthony now. He has a certain like method. He likes to go from date to date to date.
Yeah.
Chronological. He doesn't like skip around. That's what I do though.
It is OCD.
Exactly.
It probably is though. Like.
Yeah.
I know, but you just want to stay on task. I get it. Like you don't want to forget. Like you want to tell us every single detail. I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I do wind up jumping around anyway, but I still want to like
get back on task. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like right now.
All right, and yeah. So where was I?
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So with the disease, like, so with the digestive side of things, it is hard for us to gain weight. That's also why I have like the physique that I have. That's more because of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for a long time, I had issues like gaining weight. There was actually one point I don't want to say threatening me, but they were saying like if I didn't gain like 80 pounds, when I was much younger, then they were going to give me a feeding tube.
Oh no!
I mean that's mean. It's not like you can help it.
Yeah, that
you heck.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't use scare tactics. Like that doesn't work. That just backfires.
Yeah, that's why I don't trust a lot of medical stuff.
Yeah, because those doctors don't understand. Like, you got to get people who,
they're book smart, not very straight.
They're more about the facts. They're more about the facts than the.
Whatever they learn, they put it on you. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the thing is, they need more. They need to take some more communication classes. Let's just say that.
That too.
It's like research, and sometimes even like your environment where you live and the country you live. Sometimes it affects your whatever disorder or disease that you're suffering with. So maybe have you ever like researched to see what naturally can help with the CF?
No, but again, we're getting to that. So I just wanted to give that little background before I go
into
the
natural herby person.
Oh my God, you keep skipping slow down.
All right, so I just want to give that little background before I get into this part. So 2017, I started going to, actually, let me go back first. So, going through college, I went to like 3 different schools. The first one was Dowling. So it was really much of an experience. I went there with my older sister. That was back in 2011. And then, I think like a year or two later, I went to REI, which is Recording Engineer Institute. So I am technically a licensed audio recording engineer. So if anyone watching, you need to record it.
Sell that business.
Little promo for you.
Yeah.
You're going to be getting business deals after this. Hundreds.
So after I finished that stuff, then in 2017 I started going to Suffolk County Community College. And according to Jordan, we started going to school around the same time.
According to Jordan. Yeah, I went there around 2017, but we didn't really meet up until 2019. Like, what took so long? 2 years.
Tom, if you're watching this, I remember he was saying that he started school at that time too. So we all started school together. Oh yeah, Tom is also.
And I know Tom too. Me and we have a mutual friend. Me and Anthony.
Yeah, he's also one of my co-hosts in my other show. Shout out to him.
And he's a close friend of mine. He lives around the block from me, and he's my childhood friend. I mean, my brother's childhood friend, but he's friends with me too. We're all in the same major, right? Radio and stuff. Yeah. We're all friends.
Wow.
All radio friends.
Even though we met independently.
Yeah, and then you didn't tell me till 6 months later. Oh, I know Tom, and it's like, what?
I didn't know you, Tom.
I know, me neither. I didn't know you. Small world, though. Seriously.
Yeah.
I feel left out. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
No, I said I feel left out. I'm just.
Aww. Well, no, I know you now. I know you now.
I know.
And so
you're actually really awesome. I like you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah. So, I got in that school in 2017. I finished that semester, and that's when I, went to that Christmas party. That's where I met you, Sharon.
Ah, that's where I fit in. Okay.
You were waiting for you.
I thought he went right over me.
like leaped over you.
No, because I was getting to that because in all honesty, you actually did change my life.
Ah, really?
Yeah, we're gonna get into that because all right. So I took a semester off after the fall of 2017, and then I went back to school in the fall of 2018. And this is where Sharon tells me that she's moving away. So I'm just like, what? So I was already getting a little sad because of that.
But then what? You smiled after you realized you can still talk to me. And I told you I wish you could come visit. And I'll make the time and see you here. But I know the situation that you're in. So I cannot expect you to visit like that.
Yeah, I'm really traveling now.
When I come to Atlanta.
I do, like I said, I would like to.
Your dad can drive. He likes to do the long distance driving, don't he? He can drive.
Yeah, so in the fall of 2018, this is really where my health started declining, and so I actually, so I went into the hospital. No, I didn't go in the hospital. I got a PICC line, which is it's pretty much like a long-term IV. that you can take home and do like home medication with. Usually this treatment, this goes for like 2 or 3 weeks, but they decided to leave it in for like 7 weeks. So I had 5 weeks of treatment and 2 weeks of nothing. So I did like I did 3 weeks of treatment initially. And so what happened with that? Yeah, so they left it in because they wanted to see if I would have a relapse, because that happens to me sometimes, and unfortunately that's what happened. So then they did 2 more weeks of treatment after the 2 weeks off, and there was really no improvement. So my lung function had went like from like 50+% to like 40. And then they were discussing that basically that may be my like new like baseline. And they were saying I had like CF had advanced, and that I was basically had advanced CF. So we had that, and because of it, I was trying to like really, I guess I don't want to say really struggle in school, but this is also when I started taking like this, the math classes, and I wound up failing one of them. The other classes I was taking that semester, I had to I was falling behind, so I had to work like extra hard. I had to do like a lot of extra credit just to pass those classes, because the English class I was taking at the time, I had like a D, so I rose it up to a B, I think, like a B minus. But again, I had to do like a lot of extra credit stuff.
Wow.
And the reason I had gotten that particular,
so did they know that you was going through this?
Yeah, I told them.
Okay.
Although my mistake is I didn't tell the teachers about my disease immediately, like I usually do. I don't know. The whole semester started off weirdly, and this is all right. So what happened? When I took my second math test, I actually had a mental breakdown.
Why?
Like because I already knew I was gonna fail the test. I already realized I was gonna fail this class. And just the thought of that just completely destroyed me. So I actually burst out and cried like in front of the bookstore when my sister was working. Like legit, like boo-hooed.
Wow. Could that have been like anxiety? No?
Yeah, I mean, it was a mixture of a lot of things, because earlier that day, for the pick that I have, they have to change like the dressing, and that was particular one that they did was just awful, because the person that was doing it, he wasn't really like being careful. He was kind of in a rush, so he like just tore the thing off, and the pick line is stitched to my arm, so it pulled the stitches off. And then I had and then like a little after the fact, I had the doctor's appointment. Really, like, this one's a good one. I told them my doctors ever, and I'm not trying to put them in a bad light, because I do plan on having them on the show too. But they wasn't as encouraging as they should have been during that point in time. I understand they were concerned with my health and all that, because I was like between 2018 and 2019, I was taking a couple classes, because like for example in 2019 I was taking like 6 classes, but I think even before that, like they basically said for me to just stop going to school. So, and then we had another mishap with the dressing too, and the thing that really like annoyed me with that one was, they would say that to me, I'm just like fine, whatever. But I live in Suffolk County now, and the place I followed up was in Nassau County, so my father had to be over there. So it was just me and him, and he was waiting in the in the waiting room, but they brought him in, and then they, I guess laid it on me. The thing that really annoyed me then was the fact that it just kind of made it like a spectacle, I guess. So, and then they had the dress, Then they also had the dressing change or whatever, and that was a mess. And then at one point, I just started laughing. Like, I think I actually had another mental breakdown. Like it's something funny. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's stuff I had to deal with, and then when I met Jordan, right before I met her, I just got out of the hospital, and this particular hospital visit was a mess. I would say it was like on par with the first time I had hemoptysis, because what happened was Well, they're all right. So it kind of goes back to my birthday. That was a mess. Maybe I'll talk about that another time. But that weekend, I wound up having hemoptysis, so I was gonna have a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
And the day I went into the hospital was the day right before I was supposed to have my doctor's appointment. And my older sister, she had also got sick during that point, so she went to the hospital the night before. So it's already kind of a mess. And what basically happened was I was having like these chest and stomach pains.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know what they were, so I was kind of a little panicking. And mind you, the only people in the house is myself and my younger sister, because my mother's with my older sister, and my father, he's at work. So it's just the two of us, and so I'm having these pains, and then I'm also having like this hard time breathing. At first, I thought maybe it was like a gas bubble, because I've had that sometimes, but it felt like a really intense one. So,
Wow.
so she calls the ambulance, so we go to the nearest hospital for us, which was Stony Brook. So we had to do yet another transfer issue. This one actually took longer. It took us like a day and a half before we got transferred. And it was really chaotic for my parents, because they're just running back and forth between, Nassau County and Suffolk County. In the case of my father, all the way from the city, since that's where he works. So, and, I guess when my sister and I had this moment, I would just kind of apologize to her, and I guess in a sense, because of because I was really feeling bad. Like, I keep putting you through this, and I'm sorry. So, after you got through that,
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
You have what you have, and it's not anybody. I mean, I blame myself too. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it about me, but like I'm making a little comment. Like, it's not your fault. Like, it's not my fault either. We just gotta. I'm sorry. I'm just repeating myself, but I'm just saying that I can relate. That's all.
And I was reading up on it. Isn't it like a something from the parents that you inherit, like from both parents having a particular gene?
Yeah.
It's all genetic too.
Yeah. So it's definitely not your fault. It's something genetic that.
Same thing with my thing. Like same thing with the anxiety, OCD.
Yeah.
Cystic fibrosis. Like anything like that, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Any type of what people call disorders, which I don't like that name.
Yeah.
But like any type of that is not your fault. It depends on how you manage it, and I think you're managing it well. And it's a long journey. I understand. Like I've been through stuff too. But like, sorry, I've been through stuff too. But like, it's all how you deal with it and how you grow, and you know, and you're doing well now. So like, that's all that matters. So.
And you are what you say. So just speak differently about it, saying it's not your fault. This is something that you just have to go through, but I will get through it. And don't say anything to where it's like highlighted in negative, so that way it can get, you can fight it that way. Just speak positive.
Like you said, Sharon, like you got to say no to it.
Yeah.
If it's happening.
It's not my fault. It's something I have to go through, and today I will go through it. But tomorrow,
and it will pass, and tomorrow's a new day. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before we go any further, shout out to Carlos, aka Mr. Pepper.
Hey! I love this organization. Positive energy, positive results.
Yes.
Does Sharon know about that? Know about his organization?
No, we're gonna get to that too. Because that's kind of part of the
Okay,
story, so.
Yeah, we'll have Carlos hour later. One thing at a time.
but yeah, so my sister and I, we both kind of had to do like IV meds for like 2 weeks, but I left early because still in school. Well, she was in school too, but she was only taking like one class. We were both taking like the history of rock and roll.
But that class. I think Thomas took it, right?
Yeah.
He seems like that kind of person.
Yeah. So she decided to stay for the 2 weeks. I just did the pick line and left early so I could try to make it for the classes I was taking. And at that time, I was taking like 6 classes. And so at some point, that's when I met Jordan. So So that's so I'm there like have to deal with all of that, so that's why I was just kind of wherever I was.
Yeah, and I had no idea, and I thought you were just, it was complicated, but you know, it's all good now. Yeah,
because I talked to her like once or twice, and we exchanged numbers because
and then we did.
Because the thing is, we both take this. We take what's called the SCAP bus. It's basically like a disability bus in Suffolk County.
Okay.
So we took that, and because we were taking we were supposed to be in the same building, I was like, oh, okay. So
Might as well be friends with her.
Yeah. And she seemed like she might have some similar interests like I do. So
give me 1 second, okay? I'm sorry, I don't need to interrupt again. Give me 1 second. My daughter's asking me something.
Aww.
All right.
It's okay, family first. But then we just like stopped talking like for no reason. Like there was like no reason. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, because I had texted you and you just stopped responding.
No, because it's complicated. It's all OCD like shit. But we're good now.
What was that thing you said that happened? Like I walked past you or something.
What?
Like I walked past you and you thought I was
I thought you were mad at me. Remember that? You just like walked past me. You like looked at me and then you were like, okay, bye. Like you didn't say anything. You just like, yeah. I'm sorry, but we're good now.
Because what happened with that was, I think I might have headphones. So usually like. This is just in general, like I'm kind of usually in my own world, so even if I'm looking at you, I might not actually be looking at you.
Oh, because I thought you were like, oh, there's that girl again, and then you were like, I didn't know what you were thinking.
Plus, I gotta be honest, I kind of.
What?
I forgot what you looked like at one point.
Well, I think that was like the day after I like even first met you, right? So it's like you didn't memorize my face yet. Probably didn't.
When I met you again, I did think, wait a minute, something does seem a little familiar because I do remember I think it was your purse or something or your book bag or something.
Yeah, like the piano bag. It was the piano bag.
Yeah, so when you actually said, "Oh, we met before," I was like, "Wait, we have?" I was like, "Oh yeah, you're that girl."
You're that girl, and you had my number too, so it's like.
No, because you just stopped responding, so I was like, all right, I guess you don't want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, but then we just awkwardly saw each other. It's like, wait, we're friends, right? We're friends.
Yeah, look, now we're the best of friends.
Yeah, and now we're inseparable.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but it's like because I'm more comfortable with you now, and I know who you are. So, because I didn't really know who you were before. Like now I do.
Like I said, we only like met each other like once or twice during that point, and
I was like,
semester too, so it wasn't really like the best timing.
Yeah, I think we really like bonded like after 2020, like during 2020 or 2019, I think. No, but after that.
It was 2020.
Yeah, before right before that whole thing.
Yeah, because
and like during it.
Yeah, because it's actually when I started showing up on Fridays and you was just there, so.
Yeah, you became part of my daily routine. It's like, oh, hey, Anthony.
No, because I was trying to do projects, but I actually wound up getting pretty much nothing done.
Yeah, didn't you say like, oh, I had some giant projects, and like you didn't do anything?
Yeah, that kind of always happens. I just go in the booth and I just kind of just sit there.
Like, what's the point of going in there? What are you like on your phone the whole time? Like, why?
No, because I'm doing all this preparation and not actually doing anything. Like the actual recordings and stuff may take like 30, like
pre-production, and you do pre-production, but not the actual production.
Yeah, no, because I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I want everything to be like perfect.
I know, but you don't want to obsess over it so much that you burn yourself out and you don't end up doing it. Like, that's me with everything. And hi.
What did I miss?
No, we used to talk a little bit about how we first met and like.
And like the evolution of that. It was a weird evolution.
Yeah, because so I met her. We were just trying to take the scout bus. We never really took it together because we was leaving.
No, we were just like there at the same time. Yeah.
Wow.
So
and it's like might as well be her friend.
Yeah, so I texted her. She stopped texting me back, and apparently, I guess one time I walked by her, and she thought I was ignoring her or mad at her or something.
And then we never addressed it until like 6 months later. It's like, oh hi.
I was like, what?
Oh, so you thought you were mad at me. You thought I was mad at you, and I thought you were mad at me. So it was just like
that's exactly what that was.
6 months of no talking.
Yeah, it was a friendship based on misunderstandings.
Yeah, exactly. And 6 months later, we reconciled, and now we're besties.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Because we ran into each other like early 2020 before everything closed down, so we was able to reconcile everything. Just
reconcile. There was no problem. Like.
I know, right?
We created it, and then we both solved it.
Me, buddy.
Yeah,
Running around trying to do it.
Wait, what in the what now? What?
My dog. He's trying to get over here. He's trying to figure out what am I doing.
Show him. I want to see your dog.
Yes.
Come here, buddy.
We need some doggy energy in this.
He's so heavy. Oh.
Is he a licker? Does he lick?
No. Yeah. He licks. Say hi.
Oh my God, is it a he or a she?
It's a he.
Hi, little poodle. Hi, doggy. Hi, doggy. Take your paw.
He's hearing you, but he can't see you.
He's ignoring me? Oh.
No, he's hearing you. He can't see you. He's like trying to figure out what am I hearing?
Hi, I'm a girl. My name is Jordan. I don't. The dog can't understand me. Woof 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 woof. Bark bark bark. Arf arf arf. That's the doggy language. Oh yeah, he's a cutie.
I was telling Jordan last show that she she's really evolved since like the first time I met her, because she was really like shy and stuff.
Yeah, like I didn't feel like talking. I'm like, go away. Yeah.
You know, I pulled her arm with that though. Like, you're gonna talk to me.
Wait, what?
I pulled her arm a little with that. So I was like, you're gonna talk to me.
Oh yeah, did you force me to like? You're actually part of why I actually talk now. I wouldn't be on this podcast right now. I'd be like, no thanks. Like, I'm antisocial. I have no friends. No thanks.
No, you're way more social than me now. Like,
what? 11 friends is not that much.
No, but
I don't have friends either. So that's good.
No, isn't your dog your friend and your daughters?
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
And if you have a husband, your husband.
My boyfriend.
Your boyfriend? Yeah.
That's the only friend I got.
Aww. And you got us too.
Yeah, and Anthony's my friend outside. You're my friend outside.
Yeah, like you're really, honestly, I'm sorry to be mushy and stuff, but you're really cool. Seriously.
You're cool too. I love you guys. I wish you could be like every day. This kind of.
I know. Like I want all of us meet up. We're so comfortable together.
I know, right?
The epic trio.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tom, Carlos, you guys can come too.
Oh yeah, we can slip him in there too. Has he ever met Sharon?
No, because she left way before I even started going to the school. She left like after I started going to the school, like way before I met you guys, before I even transferred to the program.
Yeah.
But did you meet Thomas at that time, or was she like way after? Or he?
After.
Sorry,
I didn't meet
after.
any of his friends.
Huh?
I didn't meet any of his friends.
Oh, were you at my school though? Like, were you attending?
No.
Oh, I thought you met her at college. Oh, right, the party. Right. Completely unrelated. Sorry.
I went to Kingsborough.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that is, but
it's in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah, she lived in Brooklyn. Listen, here's the thing. My father works in the city, in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All the people that I've met there live around there.
You live like
a lot of people like living like in Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Far.
I have that too. I have a best friend who like her dad works with my dad, like a work friend basically. I have that too.
Oh, okay.
So I have a Sharon too. Everybody needs a Sharon in their life.
Yes. More shares, less Karens.
His dad was trying to hook me up with him too. He was like, Yeah, my son wants to talk to you. You should, you guys should go out to the movies and stuff.
Is that a good idea?
No, because look, here's what happened. Like after,
wait, there's a story about that. I want to hear.
No, look, here's the thing. We didn't start interacting in the Christmas party until toward the end of it, and then everything just started moving so fast.
Wait, so what? 2018? 2018?
17.
Oh, 17. Okay. So nothing happened? No no chemistry?
No, what happened was I think she left. Like, she kind of just left, like, abruptly.
Oh, right. Yeah. Aw. But, like, you're talking to her now, so, like...
Yeah, no, but I spent, like, half the year trying to get her number.
Oh, you don't have her number at all?
No, I have it now, but I'm saying, like, after the party, I spent, like, half the year trying to get her number. And then when she gets it, like, 2 or 3 weeks later, she started moving. Like, what?
3 years later? So was that recently?
I said 2 or 3 weeks later after I get her number, she tells me, like,
okay.
she's moving.
I thought you said years. I'm like, damn, so this was recently? Yeah, communication is weird. Yeah, like when everything is online, it could take you months to do stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, because you could be lazier online. It's like, meeting in person takes more effort and like energy.
No, we were trying to do that. We were trying to do like a physical meetup, but
yeah.
Like at first I had to get in contact with her, and I didn't have her number, so I'm trying to get my father and my sister to
email, like Instagram, Snapchat, those other options.
No, I didn't get anything from her because she just left.
Oh yeah.
Really
that
far.
You could have You could have looked up her name and stuff. Like you could have.
Yeah, you could have find me on Instagram.
Instagram, like. She just went MIA. I get it. Like bye. But we're good now. We're all friends now. That's all that matters.
No, because I did just for a while. Because I forgot what her name was. So for the longest time, I was just referring to the girl I danced with at the party.
Wow, that's a nice name. That's a really long name.
Yeah.
I mean, did you remember her face and like her voice at least? Like, did you remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember my face.
Yeah, I remember all that. But I just
He's busy looking at my butt. I don't think he looks at my face.
Wait, are you that kind of person? Ooh, I didn't know you had that in you. Ooh. All right, this is getting weird now. This is not that kind of podcast. We have to be chronically chill.
Well, it is chill, so.
It is chill, but like I don't want to get weird chill. I just want to be chill.
So yeah, like Sharon, I actually invited Jordan to one of the Christmas parties. I think it was the one after you already left.
Yeah, you did, but like I should have said sure. Like I didn't answer you. I feel so bad. I'm texting back now. You noticed that, right? I'm much more communicative now. Like before,
Did you go?
What?
Did you go?
Wait, wasn't this last year? Like it was when I didn't really. 2019, yeah, no, I didn't. But like, if you have another one, yes, I'll go.
Yeah,
because like I like know you now, so yes, I'll go.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone gets drunk and they crazy, but it's fun.
Okay, like I'm gonna take it easy though, because I've never been drunk before, so like I don't want to try.
Yeah.
What?
You can drink. You're 21 because you look like
I'm 23.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm above the age. It's just like I don't do well with too many drinks, if you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
I get crazy.
I've actually gotten drunk before.
You have?
I do. You drink, Anthony?
Wait, you've been drunk before? Have you been drunk?
I haven't been drunk.
Oh, you haven't?
I have drinking a little bit. Well, I guess it's me and you. I didn't drink
you and her.
Oh, so you got.
When you met her, probably were you like a little?
No. When I met her, I was not drunk. I was sober as
Okay, good. Actually, that's the best way to meet somebody sober.
No, I don't want to be drunk because I want to. Like, if I'm going to do something, like, for example, like, if I'm going to do something, like, dumb or chaotic, I want it to be done in my own volition, not because,
Wait, really? Isn't that worse though?
I'm okay with being drunk and acting.
Isn't that worse though? Wanting to do it when you're sober? Like, isn't that worse? Because it's like you're choosing to be weird instead of just.
Yeah. And if you're sober, then there's no excuse for your behavior.
Exactly. Like you could just like get away with it.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Exactly. I'm just trying to protect you, dude. I'm trying to protect you.
No, it's a control thing. I want to be in control of just
No, I get that.
myself and my life in general. So,
but just don't do dumb shit stuff though. Like just don't. Unless you're drunk, and then go ahead. But no, okay. Do whatever you want to do. It's your life. Who am I to judge?
Yeah, but that's also why I'm trying not to do dumb stuff. So
exactly. That's good. That's a good mindset to have. I'm sorry if I'm yelling.
No.
When I get really excited, I get loud. So like, oh, you too?
No. Well, maybe. I like that. I'm kind
like
of that.
I feel like what?
That's more energy.
I know. I feel like I'm like hyping up. I feel like I don't know. Am I too hyper for you?
Sometimes I laugh and then I have to like I drew and then I get really goofy. I don't know.
Wait, what? When you get hyped?
I laugh, I get watered mouth, and then I feel like I'm embarrassing myself.
Wait, when you get like all hyper and stuff, I get it.
I feel like I'm embarrassing myself. Like, stop.
I know, but you're more fun that way. You think that it's your most embarrassing state? No, it's the best state you'll ever be in. We live for it. Keep doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Good vibe.
Shout out to Brian and Barter. I think that's like
Brian.
They're on the Instagram Live. Shout out to them.
I don't know why. I don't know why I said sorry. I was just looking at something. Sorry. Sure. Sometimes I like look at something and then I'm saying something, but I don't know what I'm saying. Like it's like it's all subconscious. You ever get like that?
Yeah, you trying to multitask.
Yeah, it's like you have a thought and then you're looking at something and it's like wait, and you're saying it. You're like saying it and you're not aware that you're saying, and it's like wait. What are these noises coming out of my mouth?
I always do that. Look, I have 120 thoughts per second, like 120 beats per second.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So I will lose my train of thought mid speech. Yes. So I will be speaking something. I'm just like, wait, what did I just say?
And then like something later, like a thought or like something on TV will be like, oh
yeah. That's when you remember.
Like some like thing in the environment reminds me, and I'm like, oh yeah.
No, because that happened in my regular 2 class. Like I was trying to explain something to Bill. Shout out to him. And
Bill.
The whole thing came out like a double mess. I'm just like, wait, that sounded better in my head.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like you can't think too much because then it comes out wrong. But then if you don't think at all, it still comes out wrong. So you gotta like balance the, thinking. I'm sorry, I have to lower my voice. You gotta balance the thinking and the and the mouth. It's hard to balance both. It's like right now, I'm not thinking enough because I'm having fun.
Before I go any further with this, so the kind of conclusions that I've done before. So this, do you guys see it?
Yes.
So this is the medication that my sister and I started taking. This is like our modulator medication. It's called Trikafta. So this is something that's actually been improving our health greatly. I'm not sure if you've noticed, Sharon, but I haven't really been coughing much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't.
You started out coughing just a little bit and then it decreased. So you have to take that every day?
Okay. Yeah, it's just serious pills.
Yeah, so the orange pills, if you can see it, those I take during the day and the blue ones at night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been like a little over a year since I started taking it. I took it like the day after Christmas.
So that's working better for you? Did you something before that was different, or that's what you always take?
No, this is the first one I've taken. They've had other medications.
Okay.
But this is like the best one. It's been improving like a lot of people.
That one is working better for you, then you stick to that one.
I don't mean to break it up, but I don't have to go, but I'm starting, like, it's guys' fault, but I'm dull my energy. Like, I'm just so tired now, so I have to, I'm sorry.
And I gotta finish this hair.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Wait, before you go, we should yeah, I guess we can start wrapping this up. But before that, so Sharon, you could tell us a little more about your business because that's another thing with both our podcasts to promote people's businesses as well. So
that last thing I want to know.
It's not there yet, but I'm just making wigs and keep practicing with it, and then I'll come out with a name, a website, and all that.
Cool. I hope to buy your wig soon. That's so cool because I need a new one.
Yeah. Just let me know. Anthony can give her my number and she can call me.
Yes! Oh my god, and I love her too. You're so cool.
And we can FaceTime each other. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
Okay, so we can FaceTime each other.
And like, I think you could be in group chats too, because like you don't have an Android and like what? You're not that shy. You seem cool. Like
I have to push myself.
So it's fine.
Oh my god. But I love y'all anyway. It doesn't matter.
So you're going to do podcasts now? Like
kind of. I'm working my way into it. We'll see.
Okay.
I gotta script my stuff more because like if it's just bullshit right now, just coming out. Like I gotta like I'm all over the place. I gotta like structure it, kind of like Anthony does. He does like chronological. Like I gotta do that.
No, my stuff. My podcasts are not structured at all. It is random.
They're not. Like I thought you needed.
So. I agree with her, Jordan.
No, they're not.
But I like your podcast, though. I get to say whatever I want. This is fun. But I get it. Structure is good, too.
Because I don't want to censor people. I want everyone to be as authentic as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I think you should have a balance of both. I think you should have, like, a little script to at least, like, remember what ideas you have, but also be free to, like, get other people's opinions and, like, do some improv in between. I think that's a good idea. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's usually why I just bring more talkative people on there.
Bring up some topics that are like trending right now or something.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I need a script for those because like I don't know.
Opinion.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I have to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll probably just create like a group chat. You guys can link up and
cool.
Share. If you need a commercial, Jordan and I can help you with that. She also makes music, as do I.
Wait, who needs a commercial?
No, I'm saying if she needs,
if you ever need a commercial for your business or something, I'm not a professional, but like I'm self-taught, so like I'll help you.
Because
I sing, I write. Sorry, can I just talk for a second? Sorry. I can sing, I can write music. Like if you need like a commercial, and I can like write any jingle or like just a melody or something. Like and radio experience. Like a pod,
Do you write books, like storybooks or something?
Okay, I'm trying to do that, but I haven't. Like, I always start a book and then I never finish it. But yeah, I can do that too. But like,
my daughter, she wants to write a book. She's only 12.
Aw.
One of my CF friends was writing a book, so maybe I could link you guys up. But
yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to go now. So I keep saying that. So are you gonna end it now, or are you gonna keep going without me?
Do you want to continue, Sharon, or you want to end it?
I guess you can continue for a little bit, and then I have to go too because I'm gonna finish this here.
All right.
But I don't know. It's up to you.
But I had a lot of.
You can talk on the phone. You can end it. We can call each other.
Yeah, let's just. I think this was a good episode.
It was a good. Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts, and then we can end this. So.
Love you. That's my final thought.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Thank
Jordan was telling me.
Love you. I had so much fun.
Jordan was telling me about her making a podcast, like, she was saying, like, I'm not. Look, basically, what I'm trying to say is that it is okay to be single on Valentine's Day, especially during COVID-19. Like, I know some people personally that's a little stressed out about it. I'm just like, don't be stressed out about it. It's COVID.
Hey, it's another day.
It's just, it'll pass. Whatever. Just go with it.
It's almost over already. Like,
honestly, you know what? Everyone watching, listening, use this day to love yourself.
Yeah.
Let Valentine's Day be a self-love day.
Yes, it's the most important.
Love yourself. Yeah. And of course, love all the people around you.
Yeah, put some makeup on, take care of you.
just spread the love. And also, again, to give a shout out to my friend Carlos. He has this brand. It's called Pepper Positive Energy, Positive Results. Shout out to him. And last, also shout out to my friend who I'm going to be interviewing sometime down the line, Margaret. So if you're watching, shout out to you and Anna. But anyway, thank you guys for showing up.
You're welcome. I had so much fun. Love everybody.
Yes.
Thank you. Nice meeting you guys.
Well, you too. You're awesome. Love you so much.
Love you too.
Sarah, if you do the chat, you could put down where they can find you on Instagram.
Oh, okay. Just give my regular Instagram. I don't have a podcast.
Yeah. So,
I'm not popular. Probably got like 300.
It's okay. If your content is good, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And it's good. Like.
Hold on, I'm typing it right now.
Yeah, you can put your stuff there too.
Yeah, I have like 500 accounts, but I'm gonna put like the most important ones.
Yeah.
Hold on, sorry.
Yeah, because don't come up with or.
Oops, I spelled music production wrong. Love that. Okay. Sorry, mine's like really long, but I'm just explaining what it's for. Mommy butterfly, cute. But yeah, that's my personal. My other one is like where I post all my like music stuff and like it's kind of like a fan account for a celebrity, but I post all my like my music on there, music production. So cool.
Oh, I'm listening to the live on my phone.
Oh God! All right.
I heard how we sound.
I don't want to hear myself, please.
This is Sharon. Sharon, your Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down now. I want to remember this girl because she is cool.
Aw, thank you. You're cool too.
You make me blush. All right, I got it. All right, I'm gonna go now.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
You too. Love you.
Love you.
I think that's right. Oh, she left me. Supposed to be MP3. I messed that up, but yeah.
How do I get out of it?
Oh, out of the show?
Yeah. Are you still going?
Yeah, I'm still going. All right, so I'm gonna end it here. So again, thank you guys for showing up, and thank you all for watching, listening. This will be available on like several places. But again, so tune in for another episode of the Chronically Chill podcast. Have a good day, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day.
Bye. Happy Valentine's Day.